Django, Django.
Episode 21, you have now entered the lab. Elvis Escobar, Fort Sama. What's going on, bro?
What's up, man? 21, Deion Sanders episode. Good shit.
Yes, sir. So let's we say a couple times, let's be efficient. You got some, MLB. My Yankees are in first place. Gravy's New York Metropolitans are in first place as well. I texted them over the weekend. I said, all right, I'll hit you back up in like 80 more games. See if
I see a lot of cupcake schedule stuff going on Twitter.
Yeah,
I don't know how true that is.
It's 162, so it means nothing. But it's gotten me over last week's episode, which I was crushed. I've been in, mental rehab therapy, doing some good things, making sure. But it helps that my Yankees are in first place, giving me something to look forward to. Your Miami Heat are in the second round of the playoffs right now as we record on Monday night, playing the Philadelphia 76ers without Joel Embiid because he broke his face.
You love to see, actually. I mean, I'm not going to do all that because, it sucks to suck. Sucks that he's hurt. Obviously, we wanted Philly at full force, but Heat in 5, even though I would say Heat in 6.
Absolutely. We'll dive into that in general as full. But on this episode, we got UFC 274 coming up on Saturday. So I know yourself and Fort David will be going live from IG. Is that going to happen on Friday or Saturday?
I'm going to talk to him probably Saturday, but I'm going to see if he can do it on Friday just to, but I just want to promo it. I'm glad you brought that up because that's probably something we're going to be doing for, the PPV pay-per-view events. So just make sure you're tuned into that because it's a fun thing, something I like doing, and, give a different insight about what we got. Hopefully get some work with Diaz Twins MMA soon.
Yes, that'd be great to do that. I'm personally going to be traveling again to New York.
Worldwide, let's go.
Last week was not planned, so it'll be my third airplane trip in the last third in 4 weeks, I think. Yeah, 4 weeks. So I'm tired, but it's, I guess, a good problem because I will be meeting my nephew for the first time, my godson. So it's an exciting trip. It's something that I'm looking forward to. I'm going to try to relax while I'm in New York, going to a Staten Island Ferry Hawks game when we land with my parents on that Tuesday tomorrow. And I'm going to a New York Yankee game on Friday. So I'm excited about that. Garrett Cole's pitching. So got a lot of things scheduled. So I'm excited about that. Then we got NBA playoffs, second round. Kind of recap the first round real quick. MLB, like I said. And then the NFL draft was on, what was that, Thursday until Sunday? Yeah. You don't have any draft picks, though, right? So
we had no first or second round draft picks, so I didn't tune in.
For myself, the New York
Giants. I hope you're using like an airline's credit card for all these flights you're booking, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure. We got we're smart. We got the 5P secured. We use our points in Ohio for the rent a car. We usually do it for a couple hotels. We try to save our points for when we do trips that mean something to us, as far as like we want to feel like it's totally free. But yeah, we definitely have a lot of points on the Capital One card that we've been charging up. So this actually going to New York, we stay with my parents, so I like going there because I don't have to spend money on hotel or rent a car. So it's like, and then food is like half they're cooking, half I'm buying out. So it's like it's a good trip. It's a low budget. But let's jump into some NBA talk. Obviously, last week we had some good videos, some good content producing on my behalf of being miserable, painful, and suffering. But hey, it's only basketball. But I'm glad the Miami Heat, I get to watch your Miami Heat play the Sixers without Embiid. I thought that was awesome that they don't get to start this series off because I'm all hate on James Harden. Anything that I could put my suffering onto him is a benefit for me. So just quickly talk about Miami Heat, what you guys expect right now as we record. You're up 3 in the third quarter.
It's definitely good that Embiid got his face broken in because we don't have a guy that could guard him. Like Bam, like will be serviceable against him, but he was scoring champ for a reason. Like that dude did his thing all year long. Like you can make the case for MVP, but our defense was fucking solid, against Trey Young. And I expect the same thing, especially with Harden. Just like we're very blessed that we have a lot of players that we can switch on pick and rolls and just make it hell for whoever's controlling the ball at that point in time. But I think the main thing is going to be Embiid, and if he comes back, he's going to be a heck of a problem. I don't know how you stop that guy. Jimmy Butler turns up in the playoffs. Our role players play really good at home. Hopefully that translates on the road as well. But I hate Philly, man. And James Harden, bro. I don't think there's been a player that like I've liked, disliked, liked, and then disliked so much.
Same.
Like
Same.
it makes
I've been
no
through
sense
it
to
with
me.
him the last year.
So I mean, it's not gonna be an easy series. And then I mean, whoever wins out of Milwaukee and Boston, it's a tough road. Like people say, we had an easy road to the finals, but I don't know, man. We need Kyle Lowry back too.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch this. I think obviously, ideally, you would want to go up 2-0 with Embiid joining back game 3. But hey, yeah, you have to be up 2-0. If you guys definitely want to win this series, being up 2-0 with him coming back game 3,
That's why you get
1-1
first
going
place in the
back to Philly.
conference.
Yeah,
That's why
1-1 going back to Philly with him coming back. That may cause some issues. So in order for you guys to feel good about yourself, definitely going up 2-0, which I think you guys are capable of doing. No game should be pretty for the Miami Heat, and that's how you guys are
how
going to
we
win,
play.
I think, the series. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
that's what we prided
excited
ourselves
about that
off of.
series. Exactly. So Bucks yesterday, Celtics. The score was 12 points at the end, but I think I didn't watch basically any of that. I was doing shit around the house all day in the pool, relaxing, watching the Yankee game. But was that a quality game? Bucks shut it down.
Giannis, man, this dude is so physical. I don't understand how he's a unicorn. I don't understand how you guard this guy. Like, especially now that his mid-range jump shot is there, like he's hitting his threes too. Like, and he gets a lot of calls, and he doesn't get stuff called on him. So he's got the refs on his side, which hey, that's the game, but it helps. And he literally does whatever he wants on the basketball court. Like they try to be aggressive and physical with him, and every Celtic player was holding one part of their body after that first half. Like Marcus Smart was all banged up; he couldn't even walk. So
Yeah,
and
it's
they
gonna
don't
be
have
a physical
Middleton.
one. Yeah, and will they have him for the whole first round? I think I heard
I
he
think
might
he
be
missed
out.
the last game, but yeah, I think he's out this whole series too.
I think so too. And obviously they're deep. They've been signing,
Yeah.
those top tier teams always be signing people throughout the year, waiving people and picking up. They got Brooke Lopez that second half of the season that he started. He's a good need. He plays inside and out. So that series will be exciting. Hopefully it'll go game 7 because we're both don't really care about which team wins,
I need that
maybe one
series
or
to
the
be
other,
as
but
physical and
exactly.
crazy and as long and maybe some overtime games as possible. Like I don't care who wins that series, just drag it on, please.
I agree. As a
Fuck.
team, obviously the Celtics beat my Nets this season last year, game 7 against the Bucks. So I want to see, I said in the group chat today, I want to see them go game 7, then they spontaneously combust right
Yep.
before the buzzer and nobody moves on. How about that?
It just sucks
And
that I
then,
can't hate on Giannis. Like
yeah,
this dude is so great. Like he's
yeah,
great for the
I
game.
think about, I do a good job hating him in my own regard because he is that good. But there, as a person, I don't hate him, but, man,
Giannis rebounds over his cash. That's the new bet the fort prop bet. Just take it. He makes it a little bit clenching at the end, but he gets it for you. So
all right, you heard it here, folks. Warriors Grizzlies was a great game yesterday. I caught that. I turned it on after the Yankee game. I watched the whole fourth
Klay Thompson
quarter of
smoke me.
watched that one, and that was a great ending.
He
I
was.
watched only the fourth quarter, and I was like, damn, if I would have watched the whole game, I would have thought I didn't see the Draymond Green ejection. I didn't see what you guys were talking about in the group chat, but I know that Draymond Green that was a reputation call, like he said on his
Yeah.
podcast today. That was not anything worth getting thrown out of a fucking playoff game.
Yeah, you got to officiate the play, not the player. And I mean, it looked bad, whatever. But like you said, it's playoff games. Shit's physical down there. That's just the kind of player Draymond is. Like, it shouldn't have been a flagrant two. You can argue it, but at that point, you're just going based off his reputation. So
Yeah, Klay Thompson missed 2 free throws, which he never does down the final seconds, and then he plays lockdown defense. Him and Steph Curry, great team defense, and that's what they
yeah,
do. They don't have, Draymond's. Some may say he's not an individual; he's more of a unit type, team type, good defensive player. But the Warriors, over the years of their championship runs, have played better team defense than individual defense. So people don't look at Stephen Curry. They do look at Klay Thompson as a quote unquote lockdown defender or one of those top tier guys, but he's coming off a obviously double injury. So
injuries,
you don't expect him to be what he used to be, but hey, he did it on that play, locked him down and
three.
Made up for it. And that's what it is. That's why teams win championships. You could miss 2 free throws and then come back on the other side and you play defense and you win the game.
And they got another dude in Jordan Poole that just, bro, he is instant offense off the bench. This dude just does like some stuff that you had only seen Steph see. Like, he's nuts. Like, he was so blessed that he was able to start and play behind Steph and Klay and just watch greatness because he's nasty, bro. Like, he's nasty.
Yeah, he's legit. He's
like
been doing
watching
it
him
all
play.
year. It's not like he had a good month. I think earlier in the year, I think he had one of his first great months after some some good playing time. And normally you'd be like, oh, that's just a string of games. And then he started to do it month after
Yeah.
month, and he's been pretty much consistent even in
He had almost a triple double off the bench. 30 points, nine rebounds, 8 assists. Like, bro, like, you're nuts.
Yeah, and when you can do it in the playoffs as well, it's not a fluke. Like that,
Right.
the playoffs is a time where people rise and shine, and he's obviously been still consistent doing that. So he gives that weapon that he could score 10 points and they could win, or he could score 30 points and they could win. So that is a great weapon to have in your arsenal. Not even counting on him. Obviously, you got the Draymonds, the Clays, and the Curry. It's like he's that fourth guy that, hey, if he could go out and do his thing, he could win you a game himself, but you're not relying on it too much. So that's pretty exciting. And then after this game, we got Mavericks Suns. That's going to be exciting. Obviously, we all could probably project that the Suns would take
call
that.
me crazy. Call me crazy.
Go ahead.
I like the Mavs. I don't know why. I'm a huge Luka Doncic fan. I feel like they got the role players. I just don't know who's going to stop DeAndre Ayton. This dude has been hooping. He hooped in the first round, but you limit Chris Paul, do little things here and there. Booker's hobbled. Hey, man, Luka finally got his first playoff series win. That does something. That changes your whole perspective. That changes your whole mental. Call me crazy, but I think the Suns have, the Mavs have what it takes. They got the coaching, they got the players, they got the defense, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, no, they would have to play, obviously. You'd have to get the best of the best in order to beat the number 1 seed and to do an upset. It's you're not going to win by a fluke or by a couple calls. You're going to have to play some of your best basketball that you've ever played individually and as a team. Obviously, that's why great teams beat good teams, is because it's in a 7-game series. You're going to figure them out, whether they win the first game or even 2, and they go and a great team goes down to 0-2. A great team figures it out. They lock down, they watch tape. So that's why I said at first the Suns should take it, but the Mavs have some talent. Luka could do some magical things.
Jalen Brunson is that
he's going to get a bag too.
He's that dude.
He's
owed.
I think he's an unrestricted free agent. I looked that up last week or a couple of weeks ago when he dropped like 40.
Yeah, he's been there. He got a couple of championships at Villanova. We know these Villanova players are very, very smart.
Oh, I was hoping you would say, what college did he go to?
Yeah, come on, bro. I'm not talking about him for no reason. I've been watching dude for a while, and he helped them win that series. He took over 2 games while Luka was out. He's a good player to watch out for, and like you say, he's going to get that bag because they didn't want to give it to him at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, that's kind of what the Yankees are in, that situation where it's like Aaron Judge, they don't want to give him his money and pay him for whatever. Right now, he's top 5 potential MVP.
He's
Like I said,
hooping
very
right now.
early, but that's the risk you run if like then you're like shit.
Yeah.
Now we got to let him go, or we got to pay him what he deserves. And hey, if a guy's able to perform in a contract year, that's what it's all
Especially
about.
when Brunson's doing it in the playoffs when your team most needs it. So that.
Yep. So NBA, man, first round was great. Second round, we could count on even more a step up because the teams get better. Obviously, that passed that first round.
Hey, shout out Brad Stevens for leaving early.
That was funny. I seen that tweet you sent out. That was good. That was good. So that wraps up basketball. Football, we'll just jump in real quick. NFL draft. New York Football Giants drafted Tavon Thibodeau and then Evan Neal, which exactly what we needed as a foundation. We've been rebuilding for 5 years, and it's been a slow rebuild, but who we've been able to draft over the last 2 seasons, and obviously we still now have a new GM, a new head coach, and the guys that are at the helm right now didn't draft the guys from last year, but the guys that we drafted last year literally stepped up on offensive line, I think, and defensive. So I think I feel very comfortable. This is probably one of the most hyped times I've been in since the rebuild is what we drafted, having the number 5 and the 7 pick, getting both sides of the line established is great. It sets up everything behind you. So I'm excited about the Giants picks, and we got a wide receiver, we got another O-line, we got a linebacker, stuff like that. We don't know what these people are going to turn out to be, but outside of, including actually your Dolphins, if they made any picks or if they had picks, what things did you see come across the news? Obviously, we had some trades that happened on draft day as well.
Yeah, I was partially surprised about AJ Brown going to the Eagles.
I think everybody was that was
I did not see that coming at all.
Talked about, discussed, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what that offense does. Should be a good offense. I know it sucks for you because you
sucks for us,
twice a year now. The Cardinals gave up more for Hollywood Brown than the Eagles did for AJ Brown.
That was the other conversation about it.
That doesn't make sense to me. I mean, he's probably going to go off now if he can catch the football because Hopkins is out for 6 games.
Now we learned today that they knew about that. That's why they did the move. So
there you go.
All of a sudden on draft day, we're like, oh, what? This came out of nowhere. It's like because they knew, they didn't just find out when we found out today. The team knew about it all weekend. So it's just funny how news goes down. It's like, what the fuck is happening with the Ravens or the Cardinals? And it's like, oh, okay. Well, they were preparing for that.
I was surprised that Kayvon dropped to 5. I thought he was going to go for sure top 3. I know it sounds crazy to say a steal in the first top 5 picks, but
it could be a steal.
I mean, it could be a steal because he was number 1 for a lot of boards for a long time. Yeah. And then, Hutchinson kind of creeped up, and this dude, whoever the Jags picked from Georgia, he just crept in the last week. So that's what's weird about the draft, bro. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what these There's more undrafted people in the Hall of Fame than there is top 1, 2, and 3 and 4 and 5 picks or something like that. There was a stat so I don't know, man. I don't
all these experts they guess and guesstimate and they put their best spin on it, but we don't know what these people are going to do, whether it's in the NFL, personal reasons. Obviously, who could see some of the personal shit that goes on with a player like Deshaun Watson? I thought when he got drafted, I seen they did a segment on him in on SportsCenter, and it was very thoughtful, the way he interacted with the kitchen lady, bought her a new car or something. They did some type of segment, and I was like, this is the greatest dude
ever
in the NFL. There's no way. And then obviously this comes out, so you really don't fucking know because a lot of it is in their control. It's whatever they decide to go good or bad in their lives.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Same thing with Thibodeau, and that's why I think he dropped, because I think a lot of franchises seen him as maybe more of a personality that may become a distraction, somebody that might be above the game, thinking of business outside. But shit, I'll take him in New York because guess what? Odell did it. He performed on the field. He just didn't have the right team to back it all up with. So, hey, big personalities in New York, either put up or shut up. Let's fucking go.
Dude, it's football, bro. You don't want calm, cool, collected players unless it's your quarterback. But like even still, like you want someone that could be off the wall shit crazy because
You want a
like
dog.
it's
You
football.
want
You
out there
want a
going
dog,
fucking
exactly. Like
crazy. Yeah.
you don't want someone that's just like, yeah, bro, I'm just gonna come in here
I'm
and
gonna
do my
try. I'm
job.
gonna get out
Blah blah
there and I'm gonna
blah.
do my best.
Hopefully I make the 53-man. No, bro, you want someone
Yeah.
that's confident and like
Yeah.
is good. So
He already talked. He already in his
yeah,
interviews. He already
so
talked about like Strahan. I've been already. It's crazy how this worked out. I've already been talking to Michael Strahan on mentoring, and Strahan retweeted that saying like, "I got you." Like already.
yeah,
So by itself, all that personality issues goes out the window because you have a guy like Michael
Strahan
Strahan.
ain't gonna let him slack.
Exactly, and especially if you put his if I'm Michael Strahan, you're putting my name and I'm putting my name on you.
Yep.
You're not fucking up. Like
Nope.
we're tied together now, bitch. Like so that's what's great. So a franchise like the Giants taking him and having him be as a mentor is like it makes sense. It sometimes team players go to teams that it makes sense, and if they didn't go to any other team, if they went to any other team, it would have been like a colossal mistake or
Bro,
clusterfuck. Like if
it
James
literally
Harden went to Miami Heat.
please no. Don't
I
put
just
that
meant
in
as
my
far
heart.
as strip clubs and
I know. No, that man was leaving Tootsie's at 7 a.m. this morning. I
yeah.
heard him.
That's funny. So yeah, NFL draft, they're trying new things. I mean, it's a big event. Pat McAfee show was cool that I talked about last week. It was they went on for like 5 hours. It was long. I mean, it started at 8, ended at like 11:45, super late. It's a long process and it's only one round. That one round took fucking 4 hours. Insane.
Dude, that's why I don't watch anymore because like half the stuff is literally just like stories that like I don't know, man. Like I don't want to know about this shit. Like just go, and it's too much time, bro. Like you have so many months in the off season to like figure out who you want to draft. Like
Yeah.
why they get 15 minutes, nah, or however long it is now, 10 minutes. I don't even know, but no, bro, no.
Yeah.
It's just another
They're
revenue
trying new
for them to
things.
make more money.
That's what I'm saying. It's the
It's
NFL. They're
literally
trying
what
to
it is.
capitalize on everything. On if they could show the toying cost that happens between the first team and the second team to see who has the first pick or the third pick, they'd find a way to broadcast that. They're all about taking advantage. These NFL owners, Irsay was on Pat McAfee today, Monday, and he was talking about behind the scenes of what these owners talk about, and it's all like you would know, it's all about money, how to grow, how to take advantage of everything, how to become. He brought up Amazon, and he's like, Amazon does,
Yeah, because they
and he
got the
named. He's like,
Thursday night
Amazon
games.
does. He was like, Amazon does 500 billion, and we only do 200. So like that's what they think about, right? They're like, oh, Amazon. They compare themselves to the Amazons, the Teslas. They're seeing what they're doing and going like, yeah, Amazon wants to jump into the NFL. There's a reason why they want to jump into our realm because they know. So what we got to do is we got to jump into their space in a way and figure it out, whether it's streaming, whether it's advertisement, marketing. It's great. It's like you could teach a class on it in college.
Yeah, you really can. But I don't know. If you're going to do all that, like, I guess I didn't watch this year because we didn't have a first round pick. But even still, like, I'm not watching past that.
Oh, I only watched the first round. When we had people over on Saturday and I had it like on one of the TVs, but nobody was watching it. It's not worth watching at the end of the day. All you got to do is know when your team's picking, go on Twitter when your team picks and learn all about that person that got picked. And
That's
then
it.
hopefully you're talking about them 6 months from now.
For real.
Any last thoughts about NFL? Obviously we went over the AJ Brown, Hopkins, obviously PDs. We don't know the details of that. That'll come out, but it seems very selfish. Obviously, he missed the last 6 games of the season in recovery, so maybe he took it during that time and then got tested positive, trying to come back. Maybe that's what happened.
I don't know what's wrong with these dudes. Like, I don't know, man.
It's clear, right? You're not putting shit in your body. That used to be a thing. Like, oh, I didn't know this doctor.
I didn't know. Yeah, no,
these motherfuckers
bro.
do not eat or take anything unless it's like, wait, let me look into this. You know,
that's always the shittiest excuse. Oh, it was a new
used
thing
to
that
be a
my
good one
doctor
back in the day.
No, bro. I can't.
Cap. That means lie. Cap.
like even bro, if you're a professional athlete and like you're doubting something, just don't take it. Like because oh man, that's funny. Kyler Murray is probably so pissed.
Yeah, no, that sucks. But they had a plan. They traded a first round pick for
Yeah,
Hollywood
first round.
Brown, and then they got AJ Green. They got Ertz. They got some weapons still, but obviously it hurts. Hopkins. They threw up his numbers since he came into the league. He's first in like receptions, first in yards, and then fourth in like targets. He's just or first in
With like
targets,
8
first
different
in reception. Yeah.
quarterbacks at Houston. So
And it
like
was
he's
all with
legit.
bad teams. Like
Yeah.
combined playoff wins in his career in Houston was like 0 or 1. It's crazy. So shout out Arizona for at least trying to make a plan, trying to keep that quarterback happy. So moving on to football. So oh yeah, like we mentioned, UFC 274. What's the main event of that? That's Olivier and
Oliveira.
Oliveira. That's how you say it. Sorry.
Yep. And Justin Gaethje. Man, bro,
That's gonna be a slobber knocker.
bro, that whole card. Rose Namajunas is fighting. Michael Chandler and Tony Ferguson are fighting.
Yep.
My baby Tracy Cortez is fighting. So I'll be tuned in since the prelims, man.
Locked.
But yeah, no, I mean it's in Phoenix. It's going to be a good card. I don't know why just Michael Chandler was plus 310, but if that holds, I'm going to put a nice little bet on that because Michael Chandler's a dog. Tony Ferguson is too, but
Dog.
man, that's the thing that's just making me coast through this week. That card.
Yeah,
Coming
I text
up.
my brother today.
That's
I text
it.
my brother today because I'll be in New York, and it was his birthday. When was that? 2 days ago, April 30th. Shout out him, turned 30 years
Hey,
old.
nice.
I'm gonna
Big
be there, so I
3-0.
text him today, and I was like, "Yo, let's watch this fucking UFC card. Let's fucking because we've never since I become a UFC fan or like I always say since this podcast and talking to you, we have yet to sit down and watch a card together. So it'll be cool because he's been watching since he was like 18 years old.
Oh yeah.
Now he's 30.
Nice.
So he's been watching for 10
For a
solid
minute.
years at least. He used to tell me about John Jones all the time. He met him actually one time in New York City. So like he's always told me about these things, and I always didn't really I consumed so many sports, and then boxing was bigger then. But it would be cool to watch a UFC pay-per-view card with him. I do want to say this. I did. I text you one time because a few episodes ago I mentioned Pena Nunes, and I mixed up.
Oh,
I mixed up calling Nunes.
Hey, I let you cook, bro. I'm thinking
Dude,
to myself, I'm like, nah, you know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna let him ride.
So what is this? This is episode 21. Maybe it was like episode like 17 or 18, maybe 16. I was like, oh, Nunes, like I like her. She has a pretty face and all that. And I was meant to say Juliana Pena. And the reason why I bring her up because they're both doing the Ultimate Fighter season premiere tomorrow, which would be cool. I've never watched a series of that, but because I do like Juliana Pena and I love her. I love her face. I love her attitude. She was on Joe Rogan a few months back, and I watched, listened to that, and I love her attitude. I love everything. She wants to become bigger. She kept on saying she wants to be the Joe Rogan of UFC for females. She wants to call fights. She wants to do the color commentary for fights and stuff like that. So that's what I guess, obviously she's taking care of business now in the octagon, but she feels like she's getting media ready for that step. And I love that. I love that passion where you're always, your short-term goals and you got your long-term goals.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because man,
Because I had to correct what I said.
If they could
I
add
thought about that all the time.
Yeah, if they added a woman onto it and she did like some of the
There is none, right?
like, no, it's usually Rogan, DC, Cormier, and John Anik, and Michael Bisping sometimes. But John Anik, bro, is the GOAT. This dude, I don't think there's an announcer or a commentator that puts more work into what he does. My brother said it perfectly. Like these other dudes are just there. Like all respect to them. Like everything, giving their flowers now, but they're probably there to collect a check. John Anik will pay to be there and call a fight. It's like after I forget who it was. It was a Brazilian dude that won, and he dropped a boy a noche. I was like, this man is goated, bro. Like he's just talking in other languages. Like he is so consumed by it, and it's just great to see. Like just listen to John Anik if you watch UFC because that guy is so good.
Yeah, I love the commentating, the play by play, the interviews. I love everything. UFC really does because I watch a lot of WWE and now I watch as well AEW, and that's predetermined. I don't use the F word for wrestling, by the way. You shouldn't either. It's predetermined, it's produced, it's set up, right? And then I watch UFC and I'm like, this is so good to the point where you would think this is fucking predetermined or overly produced because it's so organic. And that's what I think wrestling, professional wrestling needs to do. They need to scale back and take back the overproducing. They need to take back the written promos because the shit that happens at UFC, bro, is so organic and good. And no one's telling, for the most part, Dana White's not sitting behind and be like, I want you to go into Prime 112 in Miami and deck this dude, you know what I mean? And punch out his teeth. Like it's just happening organically.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, no, it really is. And I think it sounds crazy to say this, and some people might take this the wrong way, but COVID was the best thing that happened in the UFC because everything else, there was no sports. There was no sports. They found a way to make it work. And my favorite part was there was no one there, so you heard everything. And bro, listening to the coaches talk to them, telling them what to do, listening to the fighters talking shit because they in there talking shit. Like you're not getting hit in the face numerous times without talking shit. And then they just took off from there. So we talk about it every episode, man. Like this, it's constant content and it's just top tier entertainment. Like it doesn't get better than
it really is. And I think
trying to kill each other.
And in this day and age of social media, I think that's what boxing has missed out, where they had the the market by the balls as far as being like what baseball was for so long, and then the personalities didn't translate. You didn't have any drama, you didn't have any social media, and then you had Mayweather, but he was the only one keeping it relevant. And now UFC, every fighter has personality, every fighter is bringing that brand. And we Patty the Batty, I just heard about him 30 days ago. He's my new favorite. Like I want to watch if he's fighting, so if he's doing an interview, I want to watch it. And I only know him for a month, bro. But that shows how quick that UFC is able to not only promote individual, but each individual promotes themselves. It's huge. It's everything. I love it. I'm such a big proponent of UFC in every business way or fighting way, everything.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Really all for it. I find myself watching fights like from a few months ago or whatnot, just when I'm not doing anything, and like time goes by so quick.
So it's funny that you said that because right now I have John Jones Wikipedia. I can't show it. I have a tab. So sometimes if I want to like remember to watch something or do something, I'll keep the tab open in my like internet. So like, because you open up your internet tabs, you see open, oh, I should close that. But then I'll be like, oh shit. So I have never watched the live John Jones fight, or I haven't seen too many fights. So I keep that tab open on my thing, on my internet, just to be like, all right, when I get a minute, like go on YouTube and just watch an hour worth of fights. So it's funny you said that sometimes you watch random fights. That's something I'm gonna dive into soon. But 274. Hopefully we have obviously your brother. Maybe when I'm with my brother and we could have a no homo, a little foursome, a little menage a trois.
Let's get it.
Whatever that mean.
Let's get it.
Yeah. So we'll jump on live. We'll have some fun. That's basically it for sports. Fucking Man City plays Real Madrid on Wednesday. I'll be hyped for that. Soccer. See who goes to the finals. Man City's Gravy's team, obviously across the other way in the semifinals. Mike Solomon, Grundy, Liverpool. That's his team. They should handle business.
Recovery, my boy, doing a lot better with that Achilles. So
Yeah. Comeback
Get
season
well
stronger than
soon.
ever.
Yeah.
Hopefully he
Minor
comes back
setback for a
faster and
major
better.
comeback.
Hopefully he comes back faster and better than ever, like KD did. And he's in in the rec leads, dropping a quick 20 on these fools. Shout out. Future album. What do you think?
Look, bro.
You said, what did you say last episode? It kept on. It's gonna be a whatever.
It's gonna be a toxic summer.
Look. Every time I played I listened to the episode back a lot because I was trying to get like snippets of shit. So every time you said that, I was dying.
City Boys up by 1 million. That album, like he just be saying, you gotta just listen to it for yourself. Like I've had that shit on repeat since it came out. Like if I'm at work doing whatever, I got it playing. If I'm at work building a machine, I got it playing. I'm in the gym playing it. Like this man just doesn't miss, bro. I never liked you. That little baby watch cost me nothing. Bro, come on, man.
I'm not gonna lie. So the day
Told the
it came
waitress
out,
I don't drink beer, I drink lean.
I told Brie, I was like, yeah, the Future album is pretty dope. And then I said that line, but I didn't say those words. I said something about like beer, lean, and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, typical Future, still talking about the same shit, but with a different beat. It still sounds fire. And there's a couple songs where I listened to it once through while I was like doing outdoor shit. I always got to listen to that second and third loop just to know. Because what I do is usually if a song, I try not to know what song is the title, meaning like, oh, this is track number 3 called ABC.
Right.
The first listen through, I want to know no songs by name. So when I listen back, I go, all right, this is the one that I thought I liked. So let me look at the title of it. So you can't really talk to me after I listen to an album one time through because I don't know any of the song titles because I don't.
And there's
pay
different
attention.
kinds of listens too. There's the when you just sit down and actually listen
yourself.
to in the car with the AirPod
smoking
Pros
with your boys.
on. You lighten up, drinking, listen. Like there's all different kinds of listens, bro. So like you can't run through albums just 2 or 3 times, especially a Future album when he's got Kodak on it, he's got Kanye, he's got Drake. Like,
yep.
Come on, bro.
That Drake and Future, because I was doing some things listening to the radio because that's what I do now because, my little side hustle I got going on. Yeah. But they've been playing that on the radio ASAP. Like they've been Drake and Future. They've been playing that. Like that's mainstream already.
Yeah. They don't miss, bro. Like since they teamed
that
up.
album cover is great. So I did want to say that album cover I love personally because.
Call a timeout, Doc Rivers.
I don't know if you know this, but I sleep with an eye mask every night.
Do you really?
I swear for God.
Stop.
I sleep with an eye mask.
Did you buy like the IG ad ones that got the little padding on
it's
your
from
eyes?
Amazon. It's got the circle cutouts, but it's black. It's funny because when I seen the album cutout, I go, that's what I feel like I look like when I'm sleeping. Obviously, I don't because my hair's everywhere. I got a cat or 2 on me, but like. That's exactly what I picture myself looking like when I sleep, how bougie I look. Bree has a purple one just like that. So that's very funny that it literally like he's amazing. That's a great fucking album cover. I never liked you.
Yo, like this man is petty as possible, bro. Like it's so funny. Like
I gotta listen to it again. So I'm glad we touched on it now. So when I listen to it during the week, because I'll be traveling, I'll have a lot more time.
The exclusive one came out today. He dropped the whole there's like 5 or 6 more songs on there. He's got a song with Dirk. He's got a song with 42 Doug and Lil Baby.
Yeah, let me get through this first fucking regular one, huh?
Yeah, bro. It's good shit.
You could have at least waited a week. Something.
Bro, the streets needed it, dog. The streets wanted it.
100%.
So.
Speaking of musicians, Jack Harlow was at the Celtics game. He has. I seen somebody put the 2 referees. What was it? Jack Foster, right, or something? I don't know their referee's name, something like that. They were talking like
Scott
they were mic'd up.
Vito's boy.
Scott Foster, Vito's boy. Shout out. I sent it to him immediately. I was like, they didn't know who Jack Harlow was that they showed up. So I seen the caption. Somebody put it up, whether it's Genius Instagram account. They were like, Jack Harlow's engineers working on that intro right now with that. You know,
Yo.
who's Jack Harlow? That's a sick intro for his like
Yeah.
next album.
Why don't you go ask him?
Dog, that's amazing. So, and then he got some like in trouble on Twitter about like messing with the woman's camera.
Oh,
like
the
people will be
camera,
blowing
yeah.
up like people need to start. That's serious. You're messing with that person's job.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that is not funny. That
Like messing with people while they're at work isn't cool. Like, man, get the
you
fuck
could be
out of
costing
here.
that person like millions of dollars because the ratings on and like shut the fuck up. Like relax. And then like that person because that camera person that was a nobody before, no offense. You're just a camera person just like us. You do your job. Now you're probably got like a 2,000 more followers. You probably got some advertisements maybe. You probably so shut up. Like you win because of this. I hate that shit. It's like, oh, his team apologized to me, so we're good. Like, all right, relax. Cameraman, camera woman. Sit the fuck down. Sorry. I get so angry at that. Like, people, like, love to take sides on Twitter. Like, oh, that's not serious. And then the other side's like, you guys need to relax. It's not that. Like, you get both sides. And I just love going through the thread of, like, people who take life so serious. Like, oh, that wasn't good. You know, he should know when to do that stuff and when not to. Oh, and by the way, she tweeted out, too, that she's taking the next the camera lady she's taking the next couple games off because she doesn't want to get harassed. Oh, mental health, mental wealth.
Bro.
You should definitely. You don't want to get harassed. As if you go back to Boston, people are gonna recognize who you are.
Bro, they're not gonna know who you are, bro.
First of all, the only reason why they know who you look like is because you tweeted about it.
God, bro.
For it, if she doesn't tweet about it and doesn't
show
more light on it, no one would know. So you did it to yourself. I'm taking I'm taking mental wealth days off.
It's attention. It's for clout, bro. Max Strus dunking on the city of Philadelphia.
Damn, we just been talking for 30 minutes.
Loose.
Have they scored?
Come on, man.
Have the Sixers started
do this.
Talk about this game?
I swear to God. Lockdown.
The game was 76-71 or whatever when I mentioned the game.
Shit.
And it's 98-77. That's crazy.
Philly is about to make the Miami Hurricanes a football stadium with all the bricks they've been throwing.
Oh, look at that. Look, 0 points in the last 4 minutes. I was right.
Lockdown.
They literally haven't scored since I mentioned them in general. The Met Gala is going on tonight, so we'll see a lot of fashion and a lot of
3 months now.
Wild picks about people that make more money than us. That
look, man.
You know, other people be tweeting out and reposting.
Did you see this weirdo? This weirdo dude, bro, get Kanye's kids' initials tatted on his neck.
Oh my God, Future wearing that.
Skeet Davidson.
Skeet Davidson.
What are you doing getting other people's kids?
I don't believe you.
On his neck.
I don't believe you.
He's over here doing this while Kanye is doing the Lord's work and getting Kim's sex tape back. Now that's a real man. That's what I'm talking about. He went out of his way and flew all the way from California to New York and got the sex tape back. Breaking news, bro. This is what we're talking about. We're televising. We're talking about this. We're televising the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case, but we didn't televise the Ghislaine Maxwell case. This is what's wrong with society nowadays.
And if you think that we're the only species in this universe and there aren't aliens, this is the way to prove it right now. Is the fact that we're doing all this and you think we're the most intelligent species around in this universe?
20 food factories have been burned across the country in the last few months. But no, we're talking about Johnny Depp's ego. No, bro.
I mean, we talked about it a good amount last week. But hey, we're just a podcast full of we're fucking degenerates.
But it's just for content.
This is our hobby.
Bruh, like I went to Walmart the other day. I spent $200 on bullshit because everything's expensive. And
you still go to Walmart? Jesus Christ, I can't. Bro, I hate walking to Walmart. I've gone to Walmart one time in the last 2-3 years, and I had to like talk to myself mentally before I walked in. I was like, all right, you're gonna be in and out. You're not gonna talk to anybody. You're gonna avoid any fights or misunderstandings, and you're just gonna get out of there. You're not gonna yell at anybody. You're not gonna that's the pep talk I have to give
You
myself.
know why I
before
go to Walmart? You know why I
Yeah,
go to
because
Walmart?
it's cheap.
No, well, yeah, that's one reason. But it doesn't matter which Walmart you go into. It always feels like you're in South Florida.
Yeah, a fucking cesspool.
But, bro, I had to buy 2 of everything because it was the last shit. Like, there was 2 things of almond milk left. So, like, there's never any
Oh,
almond milk.
at least you get
so
almond
whatever.
milk. Fuck
So,
regular milk.
yeah, no, I can't drink no dairy, bro.
Yeah, who drinks regular milk? If you're an adult, stop drinking fucking regular milk. What are you, a fucking child? Like, not even children should drink that. Why are you an
They
adult
didn't have
drinking
egg
regular milk?
whites. They didn't have no egg whites. I'm over here trying to bulk up and get swole, but I can't do
Oh.
that shit because
fuck.
there's no egg whites. Like, bro, there's no yogurt. I don't know what's going on no more, bro. But nah, we're about to send $30 million to Ukraine and pay Ukrainians reparations, bro. I'm just, bro, I don't know what to do no more.
No, you're right. You're not wrong at all. I feel you on this. When I comb my beard, because I have to.
This man's beard comb is so.
He was like, this man could brush a horse. And it's probably right. I had a party on Saturday. Shout out everybody who came. Brought some gifts. Brought some alcohol that's still left over that I'll be indulging in over the next several weeks. And if you guys come back, feel free to come back and drink your own alcohol that you left over. But I have 2 brushes or 2 combs, and I lost both of them. I have no idea where it is. I cleaned the whole house today and yesterday, and no idea where it is. So this is like the tier 4 brush. I think it's got like mold on it or whatever. So hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Anyway,
Tony Soprano
Gala,
fucking brush pile my with that shit.
Shout out to Baby. This man's going to prison probably eventually for the next 10 years because this man can't stay out of trouble.
Look, I'll give him this. He actually does what he raps about. So not a lot of rappers do that nowadays. So I'll give him props
cool, man. He does what he raps about. Yeah, like it's funny because a lot of people be like, he don't do what he raps about. That's all cool until you actually do what you rap about. Then it's like, you're an idiot.
And then they play your shit back in court.
Yeah. Like he has so many things. Like a few years ago, he killed a dude in a Walmart at a quote-unquote self-defense. He just beat up his own. Speak of Walmart, he just beat up his own artist the other day. He beat up somebody 2 years ago in a mall for like claiming that like, you're not gonna do nothing. He's just always after. There's always something. He's about that life, and he about to not have a life. So we'll go to 25 to life.
You better get a good ass lawyer.
What else?
Let's go.
That's all I got on my end from sports and from entertainment knows. What else you got? What do you got on your side?
Let's go Heat.
Get your butthole away.
Let's go Heat.
What do you got on your end, brother? Before we wrap this up, let's try to keep it. Wow, can we keep this under an hour?
Dos minutos.
Listen, go ahead.
I don't want to hear.
What do you got? Shout outs, any topics, anything you want to talk about on your end? You want to talk about aliens? We got 8 minutes, I think, maybe 10.
Kind of just like, just letting it all out, just venting. But like,
I like the shirt, by the way. Is that a throwback like shoot around thing? I like that,
bro.
It's Reebok, so it's early 2000s.
Reebok, bro.
Yeah, early 2000s because it was Adidas in the 10s, and then Reebok was early 2000s. And then it was Starter. It was Starter in the late 90s, early 2000s. Then it was Reebok. Then it was Adidas. Then it was Nike.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Listen, man. Today, I actually finished reading a book. I can't remember the last time I finished reading a book. For like 3 years, I was just like LeBron. I'd be like on the first page and like just
first page every time walking in. That dude is a clown.
Just pretending to talk about books. But I told myself, I was like, motherfucker, you can't buy a book about how to stop procrastinating and procrastinate on reading it. Like, it just doesn't work that way. But no, I mean, all in all, it was a good book. It's called Eat That Frog. And it's just pretty much like no one wants to eat a frog. It's a metaphor. And you just got to eat your frog at the beginning of the day. Like, get the hardest task that you have to do. Make lists, pros and cons lists, like 1 through 10, like goals that you want to achieve.
Goals.
This shit was like, you make your daily goals, you make your weekly goals, you make your monthly goals, and you accomplish these things. And the more you accomplish these things, obviously you're going to feel better about yourself. And then your monthly goals become your weekly goals. Your weekly goals become your daily goals. And then your daily goals at that point is just shit that you're already doing. And you just build a habit of completing these things and it just being more productive, bro. Like
I like this.
they got a lot of rules, a lot of stuff like 80-20 rule, 90-10
80-20
rule.
rule. I know that one.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, like some of these things. And also, none of y'all are multitaskers. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, I'm not. I got ADHD, self-proclaimed. I
Except
got 3
you.
TVs, and I'm on my phone.
You a
I got 4 TVs.
multitasker. You a multitasker for sure. But it said it was just
Most of the
skipping.
people
What
aren't.
the fuck did it say? I just read it today. God damn it. It was just like skipping through tasks. Like you're just switching tasks to do. And you want to make sure that you stay doing one thing, that you don't stop doing it. Because then you got to start all over again and you got to remember what you were doing. And it's just like a mental thing. And, bro, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just in this
I like
stage
the
right now.
positivity. I like the motivation we're getting from Fort Sama.
I'm just in this stage right now. Like, I'm so like, everything is so structured. And granted, because maybe it has to be like this, but I'm feeling it right now. And like, yeah, it's like redundant and like over and over and over, like Marshawn Lynch says, but like, I think it's the best thing for me right now.
I think it is too.
I'm just, bro, like,
I like it. Let's not talk. Let's not be that person that talks about it in the early stages. Let's wait until you truly figure it out, and then you could put it all together. Because a lot of people like to be like, "Oh, I'm going to the gym. Look at me working out." And it's been like day 2. Like, wait until you've been working out mentally, physically for like months, and then you come back and we recalibrate and we talk about that. I want to see
game 1
growth.
over.
The growth.
Dub me.
Shout out Miami Heat. My shout outs. Oh, what to watch? Ozark series finale. The second half of the 4th season. First episode, they played nothing but Nas the entire episode.
Yeah,
Illmatic, fire. It's like trending. People are
Cousin
talking about Illmatic now because of it. He recorded that album when he was like 17, 18. It dropped when he was 19. Dude, Nas, Illmatic.
I like I missed the beginning of the scene, but whoever the rapper artist she was talking to when
it was Killer Mike.
Yeah. And then they just started talking about the album, bro. That was fucking great. Like that show, bro, like it doesn't matter. Like that show got everything, and like every episode, I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I haven't finished it, so no spoilers.
I haven't finished it either.
No spoiler alert because there's no spoilers on here. I've only watched the first maybe 2 episodes. I was kind of tipsy. We were drinking some tequila, having some fun, so we might have to rewatch it. But Illmatic was playing the first whole episode, and that was awesome. That show, actually, anytime Ruth is listening to hip-hop, she's always listening to 90s rap, Wu-Tang, Biggie, so I thought that's cool that they added that. Another thing, Avatar 2 is coming out. It got a title. I forgot, something with water, whatever it is. I know that was a monumental movie when it came out. What was that, like 2008 or something? That was
a minute ago.
Super young in the game. What was it, Cameron? What's the director's name? James Cameron. He directed like Titanic and all fucking crazy movies. So he revolutionized the game with CGI and all that. So Avatar is going to be good. It's probably going to be a 3-hour movie. Whatever. Lock in. 3-hour movies is the norm now.
Yep.
Moon Knight, I have yet to watch. I have it written down to watch on Disney Plus. Gotta do that. I just signed up, or I'm about to, for Apple Plus TV. That's probably a mistake because there's a lot of fire shows on there.
I heard there's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, so because the MLB just started doing Friday night games on that exclusive. So in order to watch a Yankee game the other day, I had to like at least sign up. So I'll probably be subscribing to that very shortly. But I think they have a bundle. So shout out bundles these days where you can get like you get iCloud, you get the TV, you get fucking Apple Music for like $15, $20 a month, all 3. So that's pretty fire. Just a thought. If you guys don't. Zoe just text me 1 down, 3 to go. That's fucking rad.
14-point dub in the 305. Tyler Hero with 25 off the bench. go!
It's right.
11 more wins, baby. 11
Don't play
more
too long.
wins.
We might get taken down.
Let's go. I do not own copyrights.
All right. Well,
Tyler
we'll end it on that
Hero.
note.
No
Under an hour
Colorado.
episode. This is the first under an hour episode we've done in a really long time. So shout out us. Shout out Enter the Lab. Subscribe.
Do it.
All that stuff. We got some more subscribers. People came over the crib. I fucking subscribe, bitch. We got stickers coming out. I got to send you the stickers. So we got to figure that out.
Expedite
the
them
link
up.
tree. All that shit.
Do it.
All right. You have now entered the lab before 1 hour ago. Now, exit the lab. Elvis Escobar, Poet Sama. Episode 21. Episode 22 next week. I'll be in Staten Island, New York. The place that birthed me. Peace.